Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Paramam Saparivajakacharya Stokta Srata Shishimad Goswamara Jabhai Chanavin Bhakti Vedant Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Namachara Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giriraj Govardhan ki Jai. Braj Bhumi Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Mahapur Navadip Dham ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mai ki Jai. Jamuna Marani ki Jai. Tulsi Marani ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Samveda Bhakta Vind ki Jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai. All glories to the symbol devotees. All glories to the symbol devotees. All glories to the symbol devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. So let's stand Mangalacharan together. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutile Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadanti Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitam Shah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindabaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Pre. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhureva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So first a disclaimer. When Maharaj Parikshit gave up his kingdom and went to the banks of the Ganga, the news spread all over the universe very quickly. And Srimad Bhagavatam describes this scene. At that time, all the great minds and thinkers, accompanied by their disciples and sages, who could verily sanctify a place of pilgrimage just by their presence, arrived there on the plea of making a pilgrim's journey. So when I was watching the Mangalati and Tulsi Puja and seeing all of you here now, it reminds me of this scene where everyone came to hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, narrated by Sukadev Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam. But there is one important difference, though. The symbol sages had selected Sukadev Goswami as the most qualified person to speak. In contrast, here you have the most unqualified Mosama Patita, feeling so awkward to sit on this Vyasasana, a seat where great devotees, acharyas, and spiritual masters have shared their wisdom from. At the sight of all the senior Vaishnavas, teachers, Panditas, the Bhagavatam Rasikas seated in front of me, I'm feeling very awkward and inadequate. And I'm counting on your mercy and blessings that I may speak something correctly. I've been serving in ISKCON for close to 40 years now. And I've only sat on this seat 10 times maybe. But a request from the authority, the temple management is Srila Prabhupada's representative. And when they make a request, it's an instruction, actually. So here I am. In the Padma Purana, Bhakti Devi predicted that in the future, the Bhakti literatures would be taken to the lands across the seas. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, who took the Bhagavatam to USA in his trunk. Srila Prabhupada ki Narayanam namaskritya naram chevam narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat nasta prayashav abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttam shloke bhakti bhavati naistiki Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we studying Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, 1. Sri Brahmā Vacha No Medate Abhavapuse Tadidambaraya Gunjavatam Saparipicha Lasan Mukhaya Vanyasraje Kavalavetra Vishan Venur Lakshma Shriye Mridupade Pashupanga Jaya Sri Brahmā Vacha No Medate Abhavapuse Tadidambaraya Gunjavatam Saparipicha Lasan Mukhaya Vanyasraje Kavalavetra Vishan Venur Lakshma Shriye Mridupade Pashupanga Jaya Sri Brahmā Vacha No Medate Abhavapuse Tadidambaraya Gunjavatam Saparipicha Lasan Mukhaya Vanyasraje Kavalavetra Vishan Venu Lakshma Shriye Mridupade Pashupanga Jaya Brahmā vaca. Namidate abravapuse tadidambaraya. Guñjāvatam saparipicha lasanmukaya. Vanyasraje kavalavetra vishanavenu. Lakshma Shriye Mridupade Pashupangajaya. Brahmā vaca. Namidate abravapuse tadidambaraya. Guñjāvatam saparipicha lasanmukaya. Vanya Saje Kavalavetra Vishanavenu. Lakshma Shriya Midupade Pashupangajaya. Brahmā. Namidate Vapise Tadambaraya. Guñjāvatam saparipicha lasanmukaya. Vanya Saje Kavalavetra Vishanavenu. Lakshma Shri Mridupade Pashupangajaya. Shri Brahmā vaca. Namidyate abravapuse tadidambaraya. Guñjāvatam saparipicha lasanmukaya. Vanya Saje Kavalavetra Vishanavenu. Lakshma Shriya Mridupade Pashupangajaya. Hare Krishna. So we'll read the translation and then we'll do word for word. Lord Brahma said, my dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore I offer you my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. O son of the King of Cowherds, your transcendental body is dark blue like a cloud. Your garment is brilliant like lightning. And the beauty of your face is enhanced by your guñjā earrings and the peacock feather on your head. Wearing garlands of various forest flowers and leaves. And equipped with a herding stick, a buffalo horn, a flute, and a morsel. You stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hand. Who knows what's a guñjā berry? Who's seen guñjā berry? If you go to Vrindavan, you can buy small necklaces or big necklaces made of guñjā berries. Krishna always wears guñjā berries. It's a yellowish, tiny bead, smaller than a pea. And it's got red on it. It's cream color, like yellowish color. It's got a a black dot and a red on it. And Krishna always wears this. He wears earrings, necklaces, and things. So these things are available. So, Sri Brahmā Uvacha, Lord Brahma said, know me, I offer praise. I offer praise. Idya, O most worshipable one, Te, unto you, Abra, like a dark cloud, Vapuse, whose body, Tadit, like lightning, Ambharaya, whose garment, Guñjā, made of small berries, Avatamsa, with ornaments for the ears, Paripicha, and peacock feathers, Lasat, resplendent, Mukhaya, whose face, Vanya Sraje, wearing garlands of forest flowers, Kavala, a morsel of food, Vetra, a stick, Vishana, a buffalo horn, bugle, Venu, and a flute, Lakshma, characterized by Shriya, whose beauty, Mridu, soft, Pade, whose feet, Pashupa, of the cowherd Nanda Maharaj, Angajaya, unto the sun. Lord Brahma said, my dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore I offer my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. O son of the king of the cowherds, your transcendental body is dark blue like a new cloud. Your garment is brilliant like lightning, and the beauty of your face is enhanced by your guñjā earrings and the peacock feather on your head. Wearing garlands of various forest flowers and leaves, and equipped with a herding stick, a buffalo horn, and a flute, you stand beautifully with a morsel of food in your hand. So before we read the purport, I would like to read a part of Srila Prabhupada's introduction to this chapter, entitled Brahma's Prayers to Lord Krishna. The chapter describes the prayers Brahma offered to Lord Krishna, who is also known as Nanda Nandana. For his satisfaction, Brahma first praised the beauty. For his satisfaction means for the Lord's satisfaction. Brahma first praised the beauty of the Lord's transcendental limbs and declared that his original identity of sweetness is even more difficult to comprehend than his opulence. Only by devotional process of hearing and chanting the transcendental sounds received from the Vedic authorities can one realize the personality of Godhead. It is fruitless to try to realize God through processes outside the scope of the Vedic authority. The mystery of the personality of Godhead, who is the reservoir of unlimited spiritual qualities, is inconceivable. It is even more difficult to understand than the impersonal Brahman, than the impersonal Supreme. Thus, only by the mercy of God can we understand his glories. Purport now by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In the previous chapter, Brahma, the creator of the universe, tried to bewilder the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, by stealing his cowherd boyfriends and calves. But by a slight exhibition of Krishna's own mystic potency, Brahma himself was completely bewildered. And now, with great humility and devotion, he offers his humble obeisances and prayers unto the Lord. The word kavala in this verse refers to a morsel of rice mixed with yogurt that Krishna held in his left hand. And according to Sanatana Goswami, the Lord held a cow herding stick and a buffalo horn pressed under his left arm, and his flute was placed under his belt. Beautiful young Krishna, decorated with multicolored forest minerals, exhibited opulences far greater than those of Vaikuntha. And although Brahmā had seen innumerable four-armed forms of the Lord, he now surrendered unto the lotus feet of the two-armed form of Krishna, who appeared as the son of Nanda Maharaja. Brahmā offered his prayers to that form. So with these prayers, there are many prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam that Sukadev Goswami makes available to us. Prayers of Akrura, Bhishmadev, Mother Kunti, so many prayers, Ambarish Maharaj. And through these prayers, we can visualize Lord Shamsundar standing before us. You can visualize his face, his clothing, his limbs, this very detailed description. And this description is coming from the first person in the universe, the leader of all the devatas. He is telling us he's a person of authority. He received knowledge from Krishna himself. There are so many other prayers. Many of you may know these prayers. Hare Krishna. So Mother Kunti prays, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, that boy of Nanda and other cowherd men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses. Govardhan Dharam Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokul Utsava Ishanam Govinda Gopika Priyam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, who lifted Govardhan hill. He is the maintainer and the protector of the cows. He assumed the form of a cowherd boy and performed various transcendental pastimes. He is the great joy and the grand festival of Gokula. There's a festival every day. Here, he is the supreme controller and the master of everything. He gives pleasure to the cows and the senses, and he is the beloved of the cowherd damsels of Vrindavan. So, as you see, these prayers are very descriptive of the personality of Godhead, the form of the personality of Godhead. Another prayer by Kunti Mata is Nama Pankaja Nabhaya Nama Pankaja Maline Nama Pankaja Netraya Namaste Pankajangahe. My respectful obeisances unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower. You're always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, and your glance is as cool as lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. I'll do one more. Vande Navaganasham Dvibhuja Mullidharan Pitambara Devam Sarada Purushottamam. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, who has a fresh rain cloud dark complexion. He holds a flute in his two hands, wears yellow garments, and is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is worshipped in the autumn season. This autumn season is called Sharada. In the Sharada, and in Sarad Purnima we have the rasa dances. And this is described that even now, the Sharada season is so cooling. The Brijvasis, when they make sweet rice, they go and leave it outside on the roof and it gets cooled down. So, what happens when we say these wonderful prayers? They're so easy and so descriptive, and we can say them every day. And what happens when we say these wonderful prayers and meditate on the beautiful form of the Lord? So firstly, the Lord is pleased, because Lord Brahmā says, I'm saying these prayers to you and offering my obeisances to please you. But also, Yasmaret Pundarikaksham, just by remembering the lotus-eyed ones. In whatever state we may be, apavitra, pavitravava, or any other state, in a state of pureness or impurity, or in any other state, Yasmaret Pundarikaksham, by remembering that lotus-eyed one, what will happen? Sa bhaya abhayantaram suchi. We become purified inside and outside. Traditionally, on this day, we discuss the appearance of the Lord, the reasons for his appearance, how to observe Janmashtami, and so on. So just to go back to when Krishna appeared, the earth was overrun by cruel kings like Kamsa. He had so many demons like Agasura, Dhanukasura, Pralambasura. So many demons were all his ministers in his government. And ignoring the rules of Dharma, they were causing great pain and disturbance to society, especially to devotees. With this unbearable burden on the earth, Mother Earth, Bhumi Devi, she took the form of a cow and appealed to Lord Brahmā, please petition the Lord on our behalf to save the earth. So Lord Brahmā, he agrees. Yeah. And he goes to the Lord, to Lord Vishnu, he goes to the edge or the border of the milk ocean. He goes there with 33 million devtas, including Lord Shiva. Can you imagine the scene? So, Lord Brahmā and Lord Shiva, they start saying prayers on the shores of the milk ocean. And hearing their prayers, Lord Vishnu appears before them. So one of our acharyas in our line, his name is Hari Sauri, he comments, a very sweet comment. He says that Lord Brahmā, is in charge of the mode of passion, and Lord Shiva is in charge of the mode of ignorance. But when they went to the shore of the milk ocean, they left that passion and ignorance and started prayers. So if we want, and then Lord Vishnu is pure sattva, he appears. So if we want the Lord to appear in our lives, we should control this passion and ignorance. And that's why we have the 4 regulative principles. We have those principles that if we follow those principles, we'll be able to control and diminish the tendency to act in the mode of passion or the mode of ignorance. The Lord Vishnu, he reassures them, promises to descend. Soon after, at the wedding of Devaki and Vasudev, there is a prophecy from a divine voice predicting the appearance of Lord Krishna and the slaying or destruction of Kamsa. Krishna then appears. He has wonderful pastimes, giving devotees much pleasure, protecting his devotees, annihilating the demons. He also spoke the Bhagavad Gita to re-establish the principles of Dharma. So this is there, Bhagavad Gita 4.8. I appear time after time to protect the devotees, destroy the demoniac, and re-establish the principles of religion. Parityajam sadhunam vinasha cha duskritam dharma samstapataya sambhavani yuge yuge. But the next verse, then it kind of says, one who knows the transcendental nature, everyone should know this verse, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvata tyakta deham punarjanma naiti mam eti. So Arjuna, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving this body, take birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So this is not an easy thing, because we see that even Lord Brahmā got bewildered. So many people get bewildered how to understand the nature of the Lord's appearance and activities. So there is another shloka in the Bhagavad Gita which answers this. It says, one can understand me as I am, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. It says, and when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. So we can only understand the Lord through loving devotional service. But in order to perform the devotional service properly, according to the rules and regulations, so that the devotional service is pleasing to Lord Krishna, the devotional service that we perform is favorable, it is constant, and it is ahaituki toy, it is unmotivated. So how do we do this? This is why we need to hear Shastra from a qualified sadhu, under the guidance of a sadhu, we can perform devotional service correctly. Recently, His Grace Abhishek Prabhu explained to me that one can only understand Krishna through Shastra. And we realize that understanding by executing devotional service according to the Shastra. So, there are many reasons. We can speak of so many reasons why the Lord appears. I mean, we said He appears to protect the devotees, annihilate the demons, and so forth, right? Establish religion again. But recently, His Grace Gaga Muni, a very dear disciple of Srila Prabhupada, one of his first disciples, he posted a picture of one black Krishna deity called Madan Mohan. And he said this was the first deity of Krishna that came to ISKCON. Of course, there had been a Jagannath deity before that, but this was the first Krishna deity in that form, in that Dvibhuja Mullidharan, holding the flute with two hands. So, he said that this deity has come to accept our service. Srila Prabhupada invited him to accept our service so that we may become purified. So that's another wonderful reason why Krishna appears. Krishna appears because how Radha Gopinath appeared, Srila Prabhupada brought them personally. Srila Prabhupada invited Krishna to come and accept our service. I may be quoting some elevated literatures here, but trust me, I haven't studied these literatures. I want to say that I've heard my spiritual master speak these things and other mentors of mine, so I'm just taking from them and sharing. So the festival of Janmashtami, it actually been celebrated for over 5,000 years in Bharatvarsh. In the Bhavishya Purana, in the section, Uttarakhanda section, Krishna, on the order of his father Vasudeva, he makes a proclamation. He says, this Janmashtami festival, which was first celebrated in Mathura, one day will become famous throughout the world. Krishna himself says this. So, in 1965, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada fulfilled that prophecy by bringing Krishna consciousness to the West. Srila Prabhupada ki. At 26 2nd Avenue, in the beginning, there were only a handful of small number of devotees. And Srila Prabhupada taught them how to observe Janmashtami. So he said to them, well, firstly you have to fast all day up to midnight. And there were some complaints and all those things. And Srila Prabhupada said, okay, if you really can't manage, you should fast, but if you really can't manage, if it is hindering your devotional service, you can suck on some sugar candy, rock candy, You suck on that rock candy, or you can take some fruits. Then he said to them, now you spend your whole day alternating every half an hour between chanting and discussing about Krishna. You spend the whole day, every half an hour you change. You chant for half an hour and then you discuss about Krishna for half an hour and then you start again, chanting again. And he said at midnight there will be a special arti and then there will be a feast. So this was the simple instruction from Srila Prabhupada, the first instruction on how to celebrate Krishna Janmashtami. And the essence of Janmashtami festival still followed is Shravana Kirtanam, Sadhu Sangha Prasadam. That's kind of the essence of what we do, but we intensify it. We do it every day, but we intensify it at Krishna Janmashtami. There are so many service opportunities. We spoke earlier that the only way to understand Krishna's appearance and activities is by devotional service. And we need to be cognizant of service opportunities that appear. Like at these great Janmashtami festivals, like I'm starting with this because these are people that I really want to do that. One takes care of the shoes. Somebody can direct the visitors where to go. They can show hospitality to Prabhupada's guests who have come. They can help in the kitchen. They can help with the cleanup that day and the next day. They can participate in kirtans, serve in the prasadam stalls, talk about Krishna to the devotees who are waiting outside in the queue to come into the temple. Can give donations, sponsorships, bring gifts for Krishna. There are so many. When a guest comes, even a loving smile from one of us to the new guest makes that person feel, oh, this is a nice place. I want to come back here. They can feel the love. The Janmashtami festival is only to please Krishna, the blue birthday boy. Of course, if one wants to learn in detail how to observe Janmashtami, there are many instructions, especially in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, which I believe, I stand to be corrected, was composed by Sanatan Goswami and Gopal Bhatt Goswami. There are over 300 verses describing how to please Krishna on Janmashtami day. For example, it recommends that a golden deity of Devaki and Krishna or Yashoda and Krishna be worshipped as an Utsava deity on Janmashtami day. That this golden deity is to be worshipped as the same standard as the temple deity. And then, after Janmashtami, the deity is put away. And again, next Janmashtami, the deity is worshipped. In another verse, it is recommended that we all listen to Krishna's childhood pastimes on Janmashtami. Yet another recommendation is that we should build a nursery. On Janmashtami day, we should build a nursery. And the nursery should be in two parts. One half of it should look like a prison. There should be like little guards standing outside. And the decor, there should be a jail, the bed, and Devaki, and the paraphernalia in that prison would be Sankha Chakra, Gada Padma. And then, right next to it, we have like a cowherd village with the Gopas, Gopis, Yashoda and Krishna lying on the bed. There should be cows, cowherd boys, cowherd girls, milkmaids, all these things. there are so many methods and benefits given, and also what not to do and what the karma for not doing, observing, is also given. But for now in ISKCON, we keep it simple. Maybe one day, because this Hari Bhakti Vilas is coming down in our line, in our parampara, so one day we may adopt those recommendations from them. But for now, we focus on Shravanam, Kirtanam, Sadhu Sangha and Prasadam. There are different yagnas for every age. And for this age, the Sankirtan yagna is the emphasis. Param Vijayate, see Krishna Sankirtan ki jai. Radha Gopinath leads in Sankirtan always, ki. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he called these festivals like Ekadasi and Janamastami in particular, he called them Madhava Titi, linked to Madhava. He's saying this song, it's a Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Prema Latika Mula Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kuri Krishna Basati Basati Boli Parama Adharabhuri. He says that these festivals are connected to Lord Madhava, and they are Bhakti Janani, the mothers of devotion. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he prays, he says, well, these festivals are the mothers of devotion for those who observe them and for those who respect them. Who respects these festivals, for them they are the mothers of devotion. And then he prays himself that may these festivals always be worshipable to me, and always, may these festivals always bless me. So, Krishna first appeared in the mind of Vasudeva. Krishna has two main vehicles. One vehicle is Garuda, very fast. Another vehicle is known, I think it's called Sananda. Anybody knows the other vehicle? The chariot of Krishna, what it's called? I think it's called Sananda. I'll find out. So he has these two vehicles. But sometimes Krishna, he can't wait, for these vehicles are still slow. Although Garuda is very fast, he's still slow. Like there are some instances like when Gajendra called out to Krishna. Krishna was in Dwarika. He was doing something. I don't know whether he was eating or what he was doing, but he just left everything and he left Garuda and he went to save Gajendra. The same when Draupadi was being disrobed and she called out to Krishna. Even when the Durvasa Rishi came with his 10,000 disciples and Draupadi had finished cooking the Akshay and washed the pot, the Akshay Patra pot. That time also she just thought of Krishna and Krishna came. So this time, this is called Manoratha. This is another vehicle where Krishna rides on the mind and is instantly with you. So when we read these slokas of Srimad Bhagavatam, and remember Krishna, Krishna comes and rides on our mind with the Manorath. So when he appears in the mind of Vasudeva and then is transferred to the womb of Devaki, the Devatas come. They say that Devaki was looking like a cloud who is hiding the moon. And then the Devatas come and they pray to the womb of Devaki because they know the Lord is there inside it. But some of the prayers was like not quite glorifying, but they're saying like, don't forget why you came here. They're telling Krishna, you came to kill the demons, don't forget. So the thing is that, Krishna says, Vinashaya cha duskritam, Krishna says, but you think that Krishna is sitting there, he can also kill the demons without coming, right? I mean, did he come to clean up like the earth? Is like just a cleaner? No. Krishna comes for his devotees. He annexed these pastimes for his devotees, because when his devotees, even in the future, even in the past, even all around now, when his devotees read these pastimes, they merge into these pastimes and they remember Krishna, they associate with Krishna through the pastimes of Krishna. They feel the same victory that the cowherd bell, when Krishna destroyed the Aghasura, and when we read the story of Aghasura, then we feel the same victory. We all saw it in the Nrsimhadev movie, right? Everybody was, ooh. Right? So, Kunti Devi, she explains this particular phenomenon that Krishna made these pastimes for his devotees. That's why he came here. So Kunti Devi says, Bhave asmin kili shamaman avidya karma bi shravana smaranari karishyan iti kechana. And yet others say that you appeared for the sake of rejuvenating the devotional service of hearing, remembering, and worshipping. So, in order that the conditional souls who are suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. So we have to take advantage of the narrations of Krishna's pastimes and appearance. How do we take advantage of the narrations and activities of Krishna? Anyone? So we just read Srimad Bhagavatam and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we hear the pastimes as described from the Acharyas, and then that's how we take advantage. Actually, Krishna is non-different from his pastimes. I will tell one story to illustrate this point. So once, Radharani, she confided to Lalita, "Oh Lalita, I am in so much trouble. I think I have fallen in love with 3 different men." So is that possible? Do you think that's possible? Anybody? Haribo. So this story is from Rupa Goswami's Padyavali. So Srimati Radharani confessed to Lalita. She said, I heard of a boy. His name is Krishna. And just by the sound of that name, I went crazy. My mind became crazy and I fell in love with him. Later, I heard a flute playing from the forest. When the sound of the flute entered my ear, I became intoxicated and I fell in love with the player of the flute. So she hasn't seen Krishna yet. She heard about his name and she heard the flute playing. Then soon I saw a boy coming out of the Jamuna. He was dripping with the water from the Jamuna, his black locks of hair. And he had a pearl necklace that was bouncing off his chest. He captivated my mind and I fell in love with him too. Oh, what am I to do? He's asking Lalit. So later on she finds out that he's the same person. But at that time she was in real trauma, right? So Radharani, she is known as Kula Deepika. She's the lamp of her dynasty, of her Kula, of her family. And she is full of piety, so she could never ever be in love with anyone other than Krishna. But guess what? This story now illustrates that actually Krishna is not different from his qualities and his pastimes. She fell in love with the name, the gunas, and the form without actually seeing Krishna. And guess what? We have these three aspects of Krishna right here at Radha Gopinath temple. So we have Radha Gopinath, the form, right in front of us. The dancing form. And then it is explained that when we go before the deity of the Lord, we should start darshan from the feet and then go up. And when we do that, our purification begins from the bottom up as well. So, Prabhu, I can't see the clock. How much time is it? Time is finished? Okay. So we have the pastimes going on. This is an embassy of the spiritual world. We see here in this temple, sometimes it turns, last night it turned into Kusum Sarovar. The best garland makers in the world, they were all full here last night. And so sometimes we have Harinam Daya Sindhu with the kirtan going on in that corner. All the transcendental activities are going on here. But mostly we have the names. I'll just finish on that. So we have the form, the activities. And then one devotee asked to Lord Chaitanya, what is my duty? What must I do? And Lord Chaitanya replied, Prabhu kahe, Vaishnava se